Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heavenly Sent Talks. As always, you guys know, I let you guys know what I have going on. I have a youth program. You can find us at Heavenly Sent Inc. Go ahead and like the page. Also, I have a 3-on-3 basketball coming up for the youth Thursday at Foster Park. You can go on the website to get more information about that. Or you can go to Cynthia Manuel Facebook and all the information will be there. And also to view any up and coming interviews that we have, you can go to our website, which is at Heavenly Sent Like Inc. on Facebook, and there it'll send you to the website and where you can access all of that. So now that we done got that spiel out the way, I want to introduce my two guests to you. I want to thank them for coming out. Thank you, Carlito.
Thank
Thank
you
Tia.
for having us.
And just a real quick spiel. I just met Carlito, and I'll let you guys know how I met him. But Kia, I've been knowing Kia probably since, how?
Maybe you were about 13.
13. I met her at Douglas Park. Right, Douglas Park?
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, we established awesome friendship. And, you know, I'm proud of all the things she's doing. And she's an entrepreneur like no other. And that's probably where I probably get some of my ideas, because, it's important to have people around you that are doing stuff. The Bible said idle mind is a devil workshop. Yeah. And it's important that you surround yourself with people that are doing something, because it'll motivate you to do things. And so I'll just let Kia talk about some of the things that she got going on, and then we'll talk about how I met Mr. Carlito in the middle.
So just to give accolades to this young lady that's sitting to my left, she's awesome. Most of the time when you do something and someone is coming up under you and seeing that they can do that better, way better than you. So I feel like she's just beginning. You're seeing her on this platform. We appreciate you, Can TV, but get ready for a much bigger platform for this young lady right here. I am entertained. That's what I go by. I've been promoting for about 10 years, working with independent artists from the Chicago area, and basically just providing that platform and giving them something positive to do on an industry level platform. So not just a platform, but just more of an industry level platform where they will have access to being in a position to possibly get record deals and positions of paid shows and things of that nature. And that's we'll segue into Mr. Carlito, who is, I think he's won the last 3. You've placed top 3 in the last my last several showcases. I'm looking peered over at his manager. Want to shout out to his manager, because he has a manager, which is very important, guys. This guy puts in the time for his music. It's more than just getting on the mic and recording. So I want to make sure that you guys out there watching, there's a million people that want to do music. It's a lot more involved than just you jumping on the mic. You can tell when he came to the table that he's doing a lot more than that, and that's why he has been discovered by several different judges that we put up on different calibers. We have sponsors like Power 92's Shondale from Raw TV Radio. Shondale. Frankie Robinson works with us. DJ V-Dub, the Mixtape Bully, also works with us. And these guys give us their time, and they judge artists like this young man, Carlito, who was selected, like I said, several times. And we're going to let him go ahead and segue into that from there. Talk about yourself.
Wait a minute, Kia. You got more than just.
I do a lot. I mean, I'll be the whole show will be over.
No, okay. It will not. You do more than just that. Okay. And as you guys know, I'm always talking about massage. And so I need to do that to finesse my friends, because I ain't got nothing else to offer. So with that being said, Kia has a massage business.
So I do. I rarely talk about that business, because it's just a whole different element. I work with Chicago Public Schools. Primarily, I serviced 125 Chicago Public Schools and over 3,500 teachers. Next year will be 20 years with that career. You can find information about my company at fantasticfreemassage.com. All the information is there. Let's see. We do also. I do promoting for and management for a legendary artist by the name of Side Effects from Psychodrama. So she said, what all do you do? So I also do that. I'm sure you've heard of Psychodrama. They pretty much paved the way for Chicago hip hop. That young man, Side from Psychodrama, works with me with these artists. He and I together built the company that's called Team ENT, the Entertainment Institute.com. You guys, that's spelled all correctly, so there's no ebonics with that. There's no shortened spelling of it. The Entertainment Institute.com. That's our entertainment company. Basically, that company is a one-house stop for artists. We do pretty much everything. We can help you, from the beginning in your artist development stages and all the way to working with artists like Bushwick Bill, Young Bleed, Fiend, and some other legendary artists that we work very closely with. Is that enough?
Do you deal with female artists as well?
So we've worked with about 2,000 artists in the last 10 years. Next year will be 10 years. And yes, we work one of the best female artists that's very unheard of coming out of Chicago, that's slept on, that started out with me as a young lady by the name of Sweet Juices. Just want to shout her out because I did a showcase 10 years ago, and it was called Chi-Town versus ATL Showcase, and 30 artists from Chicago went down to Atlanta and performed and represented Chicago, and about a dozen artists from Atlanta came from Chicago, represented Atlanta here. That was huge. We got, recognition from Jazzo, 8 Ball, MJG. A lot of those big artists signed on right away and said, hey, we'll judge that showcase for you. So we work with female artists. We work with artists as little as 9 years old. We work with artists that started out 40-something years old, did his first show on my stage. So, we really don't have a demographic. It's whoever wants to do it. We're willing to help you if you're willing to help yourself.
And on top of all that, guys, she plays basketball. She's kind of one of the ones that keeps motivating me to get out there. Sometimes I feel like I'm too old or just don't have the win. However, when I play with Kia, it's like I got to give it my all, and that's probably why I don't play, because I try to be cool nowadays, but when playing with her, ain't no such thing. So I appreciate you continuously pushing me. And so with that being said, because of her, I'm back playing on Wednesdays, and so I'm getting my cardio back. So anybody think that they can step, please.
Team ENT basketball, you guys. Team ENT got a lot of stuff going on.
So now we have Carlito. Let me tell you guys how I met Carlito. I went to first of all, as a lot of folks know, I'm not really into rap. Like when I hear rap, I'm like, what is that? I have no concept, no grasp of rap. However, I always go out and support Kia, and every time I go, it's an awesome atmosphere. I like the energy, and the artists, they give their all. So I think, when was this? A couple months ago?
Last month.
Last month. She invited me out, and I was a fill-in judge, and so there was about 15 acts. They all were dope. I commend all them guys for giving their best. She had a comedian, which was really cool. And so, with that being said, Carlito came up there. I think he was probably almost the last person. Yeah, and so by this time, I had already had my stuff together. I had tallied them already, and I'm like, okay, Kia, I almost got the winner. And then Carlito came up, and his performance was over the top, and his energy and his music, I was able to hear it. I understood the lyrics, and so I was happy that I was able to sit in on that. And then with Kia saying, I didn't know that you had won prior to me, giving you that title again. So that says a lot. And like I said, I don't listen to rap. So for me to hear you and, to hear what you're doing, and I also want to say your manager is awesome. he
gets 2 shout-outs?
Right.
Wow.
He called me, and he was like...
He stayed on top of it.
He was, and I appreciate that, because, like I was trying to tell him, prior to us coming in, I have a lot going on. It's easy for me to forget at this point. So yeah, he was definitely on top of it.
And just to piggyback off of what she said in reference to her not knowing that he was selected before at other showcases, that's something that we've been doing for a long time. We found when we got out and researched these different open mics and different platforms for artists that a lot of it was really fake. And so And it was, and it was, you know, it was, we were seeing it on a continuous basis. You going out and they're giving away a prize, but like if I'm giving a show and Carlito's one of my artists, he shouldn't really be able to be in the competition. So what would happen is they artists are always winning, and I'm going out and finding like these people, they rigging this stuff, they ain't giving nothing away. So we don't even let you know that, like, it's a huge secret for us that who won the other one, because we want it to be completely based off of their decision. And the fact that these judges that we picked, actually she filled in for a legendary major radio vixen by the name of Frankie Robinson. Frankie had an emergency and couldn't come out to judge. Frankie has been with us since day one, so major shout out to Frankie Robinson. You can find her on WGCI from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. But Frankie couldn't make it. She asked, you know, hey, can you put in, I know your friend who has the new Heavenly Scent, you know, that's doing a lot of stuff, put her in. And I said, okay, we'll do that. So we ended up giving her the opportunity, and I just feel like she did an amazing job, because the artists try to come out and they want to talk to her and distract. I've had other times where judging can be a little bit tricky. If you're not watching the artist that just went up, you're all into Carlito because he just finished and he ran over to you and started talking, and you're not looking at the other person, then they coming to me. This is serious, so I just want to say that you did do an excellent job being put on that spot to do it, and it meant a lot. And now we have him sitting here who we want to hear more from. Where can they find you at?
Tell us who you are and tell us about Carlito.
How you started rapping.
Right. My name is Carlito. You can find me on YouTube. You can search Carlito, Carlito, space Chicago, space rapper. And I started basically getting a lot of influence from my dad, him playing music here and there from a lot of different Chicago artists.
Like
artists
who?
from South. Chicago artists like Twista, Kanye.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Especially Twista. I love Twista a lot.
Awesome.
Common. He played everybody. He had booklets of CDs.
And it sounds like your dad is about my age.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he just keep popping the CDs in, we take trips and stuff, playing a lot of music or riding through the city, and that influenced me to really get into rap and differentiate the difference between good and bad music. So
I don't hear a lot of profanity and a lot of obscene language with what I'm pretty busy when I'm doing the shows. Like she said, it was 15 artists performing that night. So sometimes I'm being pulled in a lot of different directions. But some things that I do notice about you primarily is the message that you're putting out. I usually don't know everything that you're talking about, but I just know that you're not talking about like the concept of what you're talking about in your raps are not the norm.
And
is that true?
Yeah. That's probably why that's probably what caught my ear. Like I said, for the most part, I'm hearing rap. I'm hearing women. Men degrading women and profanity, and at that point, it's like it's too much for me to consume. And so, I appreciate this. How old are you?
21.
21.
Okay.
Where you from?
I'm from 86 and Escanaba, from over south. And then I was there when I was 1, till I was 1, and then I moved to the
What's your
South
nationality?
By University Park. Puerto Rican, Irish, Italian, thank you.
Toe adore.
Native American.
Y'all see him, Carlito, ladies.
Black. Yeah, I'm mixed with a lot of different stuff.
So how long you been rapping?
I've been rapping since I was in 8th grade, so about like 13.
So do you have like a CD or single or?
Yeah, I got a single out called Destiny. It's all on Spotify.
Okay.
And I have a series going on right now that's called Lido 12 for 12. We dropping a song every month for the next 12 months. Yeah.
Do you freestyle?
Yup, I can freestyle.
Do you mind?
Yeah, okay.
Why not?
All right, throw me a word.
Heavenly. No, that one's hard, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Throw it
Okay. Youth.
Rapping for the youth, it's not a booth, it's more a studio. I thought Hispanic like Julio. Once I spit the usual, and it's all for the who you know, not how you got here. But when I got here, they all tear up because they already know I'm what's up. I'm in the cut like peroxide. Why lie when you see me ride through the south side, maybe all the way to Roseland, the low end, by 35th, finna come in and spit, but now I'm done, so we can keep rapping or talking about my gift.
What's up? If you were able to do a song with one artist from Chicago that you love, who would it be?
Twister.
Twister.
And I'm working on that right now.
Have you
Okay.
met Twister?
Nah, never.
No?
Nah.
I can arrange that for you. A friend of mine just opened a CBD shop, and I think that's what you call it.
Yeah.
And he's a good friend. He was actually in there, and so he's always in there. So
Yeah.
I can
Cool.
I can hook you up with that.
I'm
So Ricky,
I'm definitely down.
you need to make this
Yeah,
connect.
So actually, he's going to be performing for Twister's manager, the legendary music mogul Ross Stewart. Will be
Right now.
at What Am Thursday, you guys. What Am Thursday is our showcase that we do monthly. Right now, we're doing that at the Chicago Chicken and Waffle. Shout out to them. These people, the owners of the Chicago Chicken and Waffles, are a wonderful, beautiful family. Just to really quickly shout them out, I heard that they just fed about 700 police officers from the Bud Billiken parade. The fact that they allow us to be for the last 3 years at their location. They opened up a new chicken and waffle spot, Chicago Chicken and Waffles, down in Cleveland, downtown. They also opened up their doors. The owner, Darnell, has a love for youth. He wants to give you guys his beautiful establishment. This place is not low, it's upscale, definitely, in the heart of Oak Park. And he provides that location to keep these youth like Carlito busy. So we want to shout out the Chicago Chicken and Waffles and just let you guys know that Ross Stewart will be there this Thursday, the 29th, judging that showcase. So hopefully he can do his thing and Raw can say, hey, let me introduce you to Twister. Maybe we can do something. And that's why, we're here doing this, and we wish you the best, and I know you're going to turn up. You got anything, did you plan something? Is it something different you doing, or you going to do the same, your usual?
The usual, but I'm trying to put in even
On top of that.
perfected, yeah,
Okay.
mastered.
What time is the show, Kia?
Our doors open from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's 17 and older to perform. The show starts at about 10:30. That's with DJ Legendary Side Effects, our DJ. It's a BYOB. You can bring your beer and wine. They're doing that nowhere in Chicago. So you can bring your BYOB, and the $20 cover comes with your meal. So that's nowhere happening. You get a full course meal, 2 pieces, the 3 sides. So yeah.
So where can you find that flyer?
You can find that online at What Am Events on Facebook, or Entertain on Facebook as well. You can find that, or you can visit us at theentertainmentinstitute.com.
Got it. So Carlito, you said that you have you have music coming out every month.
Yup, every month.
Wow.
On all platforms, Spotify, YouTube, mainly YouTube. And yeah, just stay tuned. I'm trying
So this sounds like a full-time job for you.
Yeah.
How often are
What
in the
else you
studio?
doing?
Right.
I'm in the studio about every week now. About every week or every other
How many
week.
hours?
I'd say about 10 hours a week.
Are you serious?
Wow.
That's a lot.
So,
Well, I don't rap.
so
I'm just getting started.
okay,
This
but
gonna be
aside from the music, what else are you doing as far as how do you make your money? Right now, you're not.
good. I got 2 jobs.
You
good
got.
idea.
This is why I asked the question. Okay, did you hear this young man? He has 2 jobs to fund his music career. So, with that being said, we want to really quickly let you guys know, any aspiring artists out there, this is why he's sitting here. He has 2 jobs. How do he stay in the studio for 10 hours a week? How do he fund the studio sessions? None of these things are free. So he has to take care of his family. You're not going to be on right away. You got to work at this. So, I mean, everything you're talking about, you running on the money. And I'm sure your parents are proud, and I hope if they not, let them see this and let them know we proud of you.
So Kia, why is it important to have a manager?
It's very important to have a manager in anything that you're doing, because when the first thing is when somebody understands and see that you got a manager, they're going to treat you different. Okay. If you come in and represent yourself, you might get kind of swept to the back. The people, and I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. The artists that have managers that I'm at a show, I got 20 artists performing. Carlito has a manager. Tay Boogie don't have a manager. Carlito manager came because I told him at 8:30 he was going to go on. Carlito manager came over there at 8:30 and said, hey, what happened to Carlito? Whereas Tay Boogie sat there till 11:30. I told him he was going on right after Carlito. He sat there until 10 o'clock and he was supposed to go on at 8:40. Now 10 o'clock come, here come Tay Boogie. What happened? You said, can you go sit down? Basically, you need to have a manager representing you. The manager is going to make business decisions for you. You caught up in the heat of the moment, and you're going to say yes to everything. You're not going to think things through. Managers read contracts. Managers are able to basically make decisions for you that you're not able to make for yourself. So it's very important. And management is an investment. So that's why half of you guys don't have managers, because nobody wants to invest in you. You don't even want to invest in yourself. In order for me to make your calls, to get you gigs, that's my phone bill. Who gonna pay my phone bill? You're not even guaranteed to make it. So 9 times out of 10, when you have a manager and I do all this work for you, it's integrity that's going to make you pay me. Most of the artists, they don't have that. So now I did all this work. I got you to where you need to be. And then here come the big record label saying, man, I want Carlito. And then Carlito has to make a decision. Am I going to stay with Stacy, my manager, or I'm going to go ahead and go with this record label? Master P said he want me. So now you're not even thinking about all the stuff that Stacy did for you, because Master P said he not taking Stacy. He got a manager for you. You got to at that point say, I'm not going without Stacy. And that's what it's at the end of the day. It's loyalty. It's loyalty is the main key.
So how do you go about finding a manager?
They find you. Okay?
Yeah,
No, you're not going to go out and find a manager, okay? If you got to go out and find a manager, go back to the studio. Go back to writing on your little script, because you ain't made it yet. Somebody going to come to you and they going to ask you, you got a manager? When they see you perform. That's how you find a manager. You put the work in.
Yep.
Don't come to me asking me to. If you got to ask me, can I manage you? The answer is no.
And from my experience, from this showcase, I could totally tell, like you said, who was invested and who wasn't. Out of all the performers, there were some that, for me, just seemed like that they was just there
Doing something.
Exactly, for just a show, for entertainment. I mean, so you can totally tell. So I think that's what set you apart too. And with that being said, I think on the tally sheet, there was a slide that said audience, and so I was like, audience. And so when I thought about it, as you guys was performing, I guess your energy transformed,
Made the crowd perform.
Right, and so
Made the crowd
now I'm
turn
looking at the crowd. I'm like, oh, the crowd is
They feeling
engaging.
him.
And so that, like I said, that was from that seat that I was in was pretty interesting, and kind of like gave me a different insight on how things work. And that's why I asked about the manager, because I know a couple people that say they rap, but
we judge on all those different things for a reason. A lot of times you go out to these shows and it's about 10 people in the building. I don't care if it's 10 people in the building. Your energy and performance should make those 10 people be standing up and jumping with you. So you're not going to always be able to perform at a place where it's a really packed crowd. A professional, a true artist is going to rock that stage if it's 2 or 200 people. So we judge on crowd participation, quality of your sound, your swag, your delivery. All of that stuff means a lot. So we teach you those things at the Entertainment Institute when you're doing these shows. However, Carlito came and he brought that presence. He had all those things with him, and that comes from doing shows. How many shows have you done?
Yeah, I did a decent amount of shows.
See? You see? You see?
Over 50 probably.
You see?
Wow.
You see? So this ain't a game. You guys got to put the time in if you want it to work.
So, Kia, if someone out there in the audience was interested in getting more information about what you're doing, being a part of your showcase, or et cetera, is there a number that they can call?
Sure, they can text 773-546-8377. That's 773-546-8377. Text that number 24 hours a day and just text what you want. We'll respond back to you. We also have a corporate office, area code 678-704-5900. For those of you that want to talk about more different business-related things, 678-704-5900 for a corporate office, or locally, 773-546-8377, the Entertainment Institute.
So the Entertainment Institute, where is that located?
So we are located in the heart of the Loop. We currently have a studio club. So we're providing, if you want more information on that studio club and perhaps want a tour, we provide you with a monthly show, promotion, photo shoots, a monthly studio session with the 4-hour studio session included, a steak dinner, a full body massage, like she talked about before. We kind of intertwine a lot of the different things into, we want you to feel like an artist that's already made it prior to you getting there. So that's what the studio club is all about, and that's the Team E&T Studio Club.
So with the studio, is the studio 24 hours?
So it does operate 24 hours just based on the needs of the artist, because there are so many different elements when it comes to trying to make availability in people.
Now, do you have any artists that you oversee or?
Right now, only aside from the group Psychodrama, I do have one artist that I'm working with currently, and that's another whole show. I'm actually going to talk with you about bringing him on. He has currently worked with Kanye West, his Good Music label. This was an artist that we talk about, that loyalty and being able to. I signed into a management deal with him, and ended up he came to me 100 and said, "Look, some big people want to work with me.
Wow.
Can you let me go?" And that was.
Can he let you go?
Can I let him go? Like what I talked to you guys about. Can you let me go? And I went to my mentor and talked to him, which is ironically that would be Raw from Twista's manager. I went to him and I said, "Hey, this is what I did for the artist, and this is what," and he said, "Hey, from what you explained, it's going to cost this amount to let that artist go," and I didn't want to charge that much. I didn't want to stop the label from working with him. I made a judgment. I let him go for a fraction of what I was told to charge. I just didn't want to mess it up for him. Even though I earned that money and time, I let him go. It took less than a year for him to. He's since worked with Jay-Z, Kanye West, and he has an Emmy under his belt with a project that he wrote some music for. So we're going to bring him back out on another session and talk about him later. But yeah, it's.
Another thing that wowed me was the fact that your showcase was a mixed crowd. So often I go to places where it's predominantly one race, and it's like, I can't understand that, because for me that says that either the individual not reaching out or
and we
just
love
catering
it.
to one race.
Demographic.
So,
Well, that's normal. This is Chicago. Chicago is a highly segregated city. The kids all go to school, all black kids, all Spanish kids, all white kids. This is the way we have been raised. So it took a lot for me to get my showcase to be the way that it is. And basically, in those 9 years, we have not had one isolated incident because of the different, diverse crowd and the seriousness of what we're doing. So yeah, that took effort. That wasn't something that just happened to have happened. That took me to basically, I'm an entrepreneur of 30 years. So a regular average person don't have the capability to communicate with people of different cultures that way to where they feel comfortable to go out and go to their showcase. It's just that simple.
wow.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah, that was a lot, and so yeah, when I seen that, I'm like, oh, okay, this is awesome. And so, Carlito, moving forward, tell us about some of the previous showcases that you performed in prior to.
You're a natural at this.
It's funny, what she mentioned earlier, she's right, a lot of showcases are biased, and I actually strayed away from showcases a lot, but I heard of hers through her one of her nephews, and I seen that everything was legit, and I tried it, and now everything's going smooth. So I really like to thank Team Entertainment for the opportunities they gave me. I really appreciate it.
And how long have you been working with them now?
For only about 2 months now.
A few months. And what's funny with you saying that is the whole idea of building building from this. And I love the fact that with these thousands of artists that we work with, I see a lot of connections out there, and a lot of those connections started at our showcases, a lot of them. So I'm proud, just like you said, in 2 months time, I look up and I see this person with that person, and I look back and I say, 8 years ago, they met at my show. So I got people that live in Atlanta right now because they moved to Atlanta, because I gave them that experience from that one show. So I'm pretty proud of it. It seems like at the time when I did it, it was ripples in the water. But when you plant those little seeds, a lot happens from it. So I'm just blessed. We haven't talked about God, and I feel like He's the reason that we're all three
Absolutely.
are sitting here.
Absolutely so.
He's amazing. He's the if I have any type of negative energy in my show, I'll go to God right in the middle of the show. I literally still use cuss words and talk about it, but I'll go right to Him and say, hey, stop. Let's stop and let's pray right now. Let's turn this back over and finish up.
Real quick, time is winding down. So real quick, you guys want to give a shout out to someone that's been instrumental, what has been doing some things in your life?
Shout out to my managers, like they say, he's a great manager, Stacy.
Yeah.
Aside from psychodrama, it wouldn't be a team, me and T, without you.
That's
Much
so
love.
sweet. As always, my son who's on the other side, probably sleep. My mom for
Thank
being
you.
an awesome support system. Of course, like Kia mentioned, God for being ahead of my life, who's able to give me this platform, and Can TV for giving me this platform to be able to talk to you guys and show you guys that there are diamonds in the rough. So
We
until
love you,
next
Chicago.
week, guys, be safe.
All right.